The Little Mermaid is coming out in about a month now, so I figured it's time for me to talk about the hate surrounding the black lead playing Ariel. Honestly, the hate is misplaced and there are much bigger problems with Disney's live-action remakes than this. Art is an expression of the human condition. It extends beyond gender, class, age, and race, and so switching an actor's race shouldn't matter. Shouldn't. See, the real problem is that there is so little substance to these kinds of shallow movie remakes that people can't help but point fingers at such frivolous things. On a weird subconscious level, we all know that these movies are crap, but since people can't express why, they blame everything on the first thing they see. Just because we see an actor of a different race playing the lead, people are already complaining, with a month before the movie even comes out, that this movie is unfaithful to the original. In reality, a remake's faithfulness is not dependent on its similarity to the original. Take the Uncharted movie, for example. The whole thing is basically just a shot-for-shot remake of the cutscenes from the game. You can, and I kid you not, watch the Uncharted cutscenes in order on YouTube for free and get the exact same experience as paying for the movie. So, you think that this movie must be super faithful and just as good as the games, right? No. While this movie may be literally as similar as you can get to the games, it fails to capture the magic and spirit of the original. This is because Uncharted's story and structure is engaging as a game, but when you translate it to film, you lose the interactivity that made the original fun. Therefore, you have to play to the unique strengths and constraints of the medium of film, taking out fluff and adding stuff that is new whilst capturing the essence of the source material. Funnily enough, the Sonic movies did just that, crafting new stories and characters that capture the themes of family and unity from the games. In brief, what works in one medium will not always work for another. So when you adapt the art to another medium, you have to account for that. This is the real problem with Disney's remakes. What Disney fails to understand is that you can't just make a one-to-one recreation of the original movies and expect them to be just as good. The original movies were animated, making fantastical things like talking lions and mermaids feel more real and believable because you feel as though you are transported to another world, where your preconceptions of how things work don't apply. However, these live-action remakes feel cheesy and off because we see these real grown-ass people doing these crazy things. So if The Little Mermaid wants to recapture the magic of the original, it needs to do more than just make Ariel black. They need to tell the story from a fresh new perspective, one that still retains the messages and themes of the original. Specifically, a more grounded take may suit the live-action medium. Perhaps Ariel gets some resistance from her lover's parents because of the color of her skin, and she feels betrayed. But then Eric goes on a big monologue about how much he loves her. I couldn't care less about the political message that this extra story beat would give, but what really matters is that an event like this would contribute to Ariel feeling like she isn't part of the human world, just as she was feeling when she was a mermaid. As you can see, meaningful deviations from the original could actually make this remake more faithful, because they would thematically contribute to the existing story, not to mention making this movie different from the original and justifying its existence. Frankly, if any kind of remake doesn't add anything new to the original in some way, then it doesn't deserve to exist. So the next time you see a Disney, Netflix, or HBO spin-off or remake of an existing IP, ask yourself if you should watch the original instead. We all don't have the time to watch the same thing again anyways. And yeah, I know, it's not like Disney's gonna change a damn thing because I made this video, but we can all choose to support original IP when it occasionally does trickle down from these studios instead of these remakes. And if we do this, there will come a day when Disney finally realizes that we want some fucking original movies.